Logic, as I've said earlier, is derived from the Greek word logos, means discourse. Because logic is defined as the art and the science of right thinking. Why is it an art? Because the way how we think an object or how do we imagine an object is an art. Why? Because we express it. We are the one who create it. Diba? We are the one who paints our own imagination. That is why it is an art of right thinking. And of course, it is a science. It is a body of science because thinking about anything has a logical sequence or a logical pattern. O ba't nyo nga ba naisip si Sirkesh? Wow, iniisip ako, Char. O kunwari, naisip ko na si Sirkesh. Bakit nyo naisip si Sirkesh? Kasi siya yung teacher namin sa math. O ba't nyo naisip yung math? Kasi yun yung assignment namin. O bakit yan yung assignment nyo ngayon? Kasi yan yung binigay ng teacher namin. Yung mga ganon, because we have sequence. Diba? We have patterns. And indeed, bakit kasama si logic sa Gen Math? Kasi meron nga pattern doon. Meron nga logical reasoning doon. May reasoning doon, di ba? May problem solving doon. And indeed, mathematics is a science of patterns and relationship. Kaya lahat ng tumatalakay sa patterns, sa relationships, sa numbers are all belongs to the field of mathematics. That is why we need to study logic in what? In general mathematics. Yan po. Yun yung background niya kung bakit may logic sa business, sa general mathematics. Tapos ito pa. Ngayon, nung time namin, di ba? Ang tawag doon, seniority syndrome na naman si sir. Nung time namin, pero to share lang, nung time namin class, diniscuss yung logic. Logic is actually part of philosophy. Kaya kung mapapansin niyo, same people, same yon, di ba? Doon siya discuss. Philosophy and logic yung subject namin sa college. Pero hiniwalay siya in senior high. Okay? So yun po. In logic, it is not about the reality of what a man thinks, but it is about the system or the patterns or the relationship of how a man thinks. Yan. Logic is all about the operation of thinking. Katulad ng sinasabi ko, when we are doing the problem solving, we are not after for the right answer. Hindi yun yung hinahanap talaga natin. But ang hinahanap natin in the problem solving sa general mathematics is on the way how we got the right answer. Diba? Yun po yun. So yun. So another knowledge here is that the first known documentation on logic were of Aristotle, which became the basis of the modern logic. So you have it right. Aristotle is the father of logic. For some books, parang iba. Pero in general mathematics book, siya po ang father ng logic. It is Aristotle. So hello dyan sa mga sa mga tawag dito, sa mga grade 11 Aristotle dyan. Yun po. Yung name po na section ninyo is the father of logic. Ayan. Anyway, so yun po. Let's proceed. So, our first topic would deal about the proposition. So, what is a proposition? So, proposition is actually different from preposition. Do not confuse with that words. Iba yung preposition sa proposition. Okay? Yung preposition is the part of speech wherein it is a word, yes, that tells the direction or the position of the object. Tama ba? Yeah, of the direct object. So we have on the table, in the table, outside the classroom, inside the classroom, beyond the box. Ano pa ba? Beneath the box, below the box, above the box, yung mga ganon. About the box, yung mga ganon po. Those are preposition. So a proposition is, i-discuss natin later. So, yun po. Hindi ko na-discuss yung proposition logic kasi ito din yung topic natin. So we have proposition. So a simple proposition is a declarative sentence for affirmative or denial. It is a statement with truth value. It's either true or false but not both. Sorry. So ibig sabihin po, if we were in the setup of a trial, pag nasa trial court tayo and merong ang tawag dito, yun nga, may trial, merong hearing na ginaganap. Ayan po. Lahat ng sinasabi doon ng mga witnesses, ng mga victim, ng suspect were all proposition. Why? Because it is all declarative sentence. Dinedeclare. It is a statement. Okay? Ngayon po, it is for affirmative or denial. It means that it can be true and it can be false. Ulitin ko, pwedeng totoo or pwedeng hindi. Pero hindi pwedeng both. Okay? So I have here different types or different statements or different propositions. Sorry, statement lang muna. So we have here different statements. It is labeled from 1 to 7. And ayun po. And we will determine if it is a proposition rather or not proposition. Okay, again, how do we define a proposition? Number 1, it is a declarative sentence. And number 2, it has a truth value. It means that it can be true or it can be false, but not both. Okay, so yun po. So number 1, Napsa National High School is 53 kilometers away from the city proper of Puerto Princesa. So what is the type of sentence? So we have different type of sentences. We have the declarative, wherein it is a statement. We have interrogative, where it means that it is in the form of question. Imperative, wherein it is in the form of request or a command. And exclamatory sentence, wherein it is actually, expresses an exclamation or an expression. Okay? It is a type of sentence wherein the emotion were present in that. It's not actually a statement actually. In that sentence. Okay? So yun po. So dapat declarative siya and dapat may truth value siya. Okay? So number 1 is declarative. Kasi binagbigay siya ng statement na ang Napsa National High School ay ganun kalayo sa Puerto Princesa. Ay, okay. Ay, sorry. Tama ba? Ay, joke lang. Sige. Wait lang class ha. Okay, sige, let's proceed. Yun po. It is a declarative sentence. Next, does it has a truth value? Yes. True ba itong number 1? Let's say yes. Paano sir kung false yan? Di false, pero may truth value pa rin siya kasi pwede nating malaman kung siya ay true or false, di ba? Ibig sabihin, kapag ang isang statement ay true or false, meron siyang truth value. May definite truth value siya. Okay, so now, is it a preposition? Yes, it is a preposition. So yun po. Number 2, are you a senior high school student? What is your strand? So, of course, this is, type of sentence, interrogative. So, of course, it is not proposition agad kasi hindi nga siya declarative, di ba? O, tanungin natin, meron ba siyang truth value? Wala siyang truth value kasi patanong nga siya. Ikaw, tanungin ka, saan ka nakatira? Or yan, are you a senior high school student? Pwede ba natin sabihin true? Anong true? Diba? I mean, isa siyang question. It is not answerable by true or false, diba? Kasi di naman tinatanong kung totoo bang senior high school student ka. Ang sinasabi niya lang is senior high school student ka, diba? So, yun po. So, not preposition. Number 3, find your LRN from your card. Hindi po siya statement, it is an imperative sentence because it gives a command. O ganon, sinabihan ka na naman ng teacher mo. O hanapin mo yung LRN number sa yung card. Tapos sinabi mo true. Is it possible? No, 'di ba? Wala siyang truth value kasi isa siyang command. So therefore, it's not preposition. Yan, number 4, welcome back to school. Ayan, sinabihan ka ng teacher mo kasi for so long, yan, may face-to-face na and you are going back to school na. Tapos sinabihan mo yung teacher mo na true or false. 'Di ba? So, hindi pwede. Itong na to, itong number 4 na to is an exclamatory sentence. Why? Because it gives what? An emotion that someone is excited because it is now time to go back to school, di ba? So hindi siya proposition. Hindi rin siya pwede sagutin ng true or false, di ba? So yon. What else? Number 5. I am a grade 11 student living in Puerto Princesa City. It is a declarative sentence, yes. Pero does it has a truth value? Meron pa rin, class. Kasi maaaring si Sir Kesh falls in his part, maaaring doon sa tao na kausap, nagsabi niya na kausap mo is pwede, sa inyong mga student ko pwede, so it is a proposition. Okay, number 6. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Yes, it is a declarative sentence, but does it has a truth value? No. Bakit wala? Kasi po, class, hindi natin alam kung anong triangle, yung triangle ABC. Diba? If I were about to draw a triangle ABC, and you are about to draw a triangle ABC, it can form, or we may draw different kinds of triangle ABC, di ba? Pwedeng simpleng triangle lang, tapos i-label natin yung triangle ABC. That's the triangle ABC, di ba? So we don't have any definite answer definite truth value for that statement, for that declarative sentence. Therefore, it is not a proposition. Kasi if you were about to give me a definite shape or definite triangle for triangle ABC, and it is an isosceles triangle, therefore it can be true. Or makapabibigay ba kayo ng definite triangle ABC para sabihin nating false yung triangle ABC? So in that case, wala tayong patunay na meron talagang triangle ABC na iisa lang ang mukha. Therefore, that statement would become not proposition. Okay? For number 7, ayan, 2 plus x equals 18. So it is mathematical sentence, and of course, it is a declarative sentence. Why? Because 2 plus x is 18. O kapag nag-add ng 2 plus x, ayan, ayan, so ang answer daw ay 18. Declarative siya, di ba? So does it has a truth value? Yes. Bakit yes? So wala naman tayong definite value for x. That may be. Pero x is solvable, di ba? Pwede natin, using that statement, pwede natin isolve yung x. Therefore, we can have a definite value for x na tumama siya, which is 16. Tama? So kung x ay 16, that would be true. Pero aside from 16, there will be false. Okay? Kaya siya ay proposition. Ngayon, kung papansin niyo, pare-pareho yung 5, 6, 7. Diba? Yung number 5, depende sa kausap. Depende sa nagsabi. Yung number 6, wala kasi talaga tayong certain figure for triangle ABC. So number 7, depende sa value ng x. Pero may truth value siya kasi nga kapag sumakto yung value na iyon na magtatama sa sentence, that would be true. Otherwise, that is false. So yun po. Okay? O sige, question. Okay, may nag-chat. At buang ka. Okay, anyway, guys, may question?
Wala po ata, sir.
Okay, so I guess there is no question. So paano na i-review na nga natin kung paano po malalaman siya ay proposition. Number 1, it should be declarative. And number 2, it should be what? It should be, or it should has a truth value. Dapat true siya, dapat false siya, hindi siya pwedeng both. Okay, meron dito, let's practice. Activity number 1, determine if each statement is a proposition. Sige, siguro let's answer 2 items lang. Ayan, so, sige, sagutin natin. So sige, lahat na lang para masaya. Okay, number 1, who would like to volunteer? Guys, kung wala mag-volunteer, ako pala yung magatawag. Ay, wala mag-volunteer. Okay, sige, tawag tayo. Ayan, sige, Zipora, ayan.
Proposition po.
Okay, number 1 is? Okay.
Proposition po.
Sige, why Zipora?
Sir, because it is declarative po, sir, and it is answerable by yes or no po.
I'm not sure with your... Sige, I'm not sure with your second statement that it is answerable by yes or no. Can you paraphrase that so that it would fit our definition for proposition? Though your answer is correct, it is a proposition. But...
It can either be true or false po.
Okay, that's correct. So, thank you, Zipporah. Number 1 is a proposition because it is a declarative sentence and that it has a truth value or it can be true or false. In this case, it is true. Ayan, it is a proposition. How about number 2? Yung mga nag-recite na pwedeng di na kayo mag-recite, okay? Sige, para let's give chance to others.
Sir, proposition din po.
Okay, this is a preposition. Sige, why? Why, Kenneth? Gabinete.
Kasi po, yung sentence po, declarative. Nakatulad po sa number 1, can be true or false.
Okay. So, tama. So, this is a preposition because it is a declarative sentence and it can be true or false, but not both true or false. Okay? So, in this case, eto di ba true tong number 1? Number 2 naman is false. Okay? Rhombuses are squares. Baliktad po. Squares are rhombuses. Because remember, when we define rhombuses, all sides are equal, or the measurements of all sides, or the measurement of the lengths of the sizes of the rhombuses are all equal. Same way goes with the squares. Okay? So, yan po. False po. Dapat, squares are rhombuses nga. Yun po. Hindi rin pwede maging square ang rhombus kasi po, squares has 90 degrees angles in all of its angle, while rhombuses don't have. So, false siya. Baliktad. Dapat squares are rhombuses. Anyway, sige, let's proceed. Number 3. Yes, Alina.
Po.
Ay, alay, pwede pakiulit. Medyo choppy.
Not a proposition po, sir.
Okay, so why?
Because it is not in declarative sentence po.
Okay, so that's correct. So this is, number 3 is not a proposition. Why? Because it is not in declarative sentence. Because obviously it is a question. Okay? So yun po. That's correct. Not preposition. Number 4.
Preposition po.
Okay. Sige, Carl, that's a proposition. Why?
Because it's a declarative, sir.
Okay, it is a declarative sentence and
That's all, sir.
that's all. So is number 4 has a definite truth value?
None, sir.
Okay, so sige, since Emmeline had said that it has no truth value, why, Emmeline?
Sir, wala pong specific na sinabi po kung ano po yung measurement ng B and C.
Okay, so actually that's correct. So it is not a proposition. Why? Because as I've said earlier in the first example about the triangle, we don't have any definite what's this? Definite figure for our triangle ABC. And in number 4, it seems that we don't have enough information to tell that triangle ABC is a right triangle or not, right? So therefore, it is not a proposition. Okay? So yun po. So not proposition siya. Though it is a declarative sentence, but I guess that there would be some missing information that is important to tell that our sentence holds true or holds false. Okay? So that is the answer, not proposition. How about number 5?
It is not
Preposition, sir.
Sige, sino ba sa inyo? Sige, si Ivy muna. Bakit Ivy?
Because it is not a declarative sentence, sir. Instead, it is imperative.
Okay, that's correct. So, that is not a preposition. Why? Because this is an imperative sentence. Inutusan tayo mag-drawing. Okay? So, yan po siya. So, not preposition. Okay? So, that would be all. Ngayon po, yun yung gagawin pala natin. Number 1, i-check nyo muna siya kung siya ay declarative sentence. Okay? Kapag hindi siya declarative sentence, automatically, it is not preposition anymore. Number 2, if it's a declarative sentence, check if it has a truth value. So kung may truth value siya, kapag mayroon siyang definite truth value, therefore, it is a preposition. Otherwise, if you think that the statement has lack of information to tell that it is a true or false proposition, therefore, it is not a proposition. Okay? So, yun po. So, thank you sa mga nag-recite. Sa mga gusto pa mag-recite, don't worry, marami tayong mga katanungan dito. Ayan. Okay. Next part would be the qualitative categories of prepositions. So, prepositions can be categorized as affirmative and negative. So, ayan po. Paano natin malalaman na siya ay affirmative or negative? So, if the sentence gives a negative word or an indicator or cue there that it is negative, such as the words no, not, and never, therefore, it is a negative proposition. Otherwise, if it has no words there that would indicate that it is a negative sentence and that it is positively stated, therefore it is an affirmative proposition. O, ayun na yung ano niya, madali lang siyang makita, di ba? O, affirmative, negative. So, yan po siya. Okay, so, kaya pa ba sa let's practice? O, sige nga, isahan na lang. Which of the numbers here are negative?
2, 3, 5.
Ay, sino yung nag-recite? Sino yun? Hindi ko nakuha.
Diyon po.
Okay, Dio. Sige, 2, 3, and 5. So why? Because of the words no, not, and no. Okay. O never. Pwede ring never, di ba? O na-mention kanina. Ano pa ba yung mga words na mag-indicate ng negative? Neither nor. Oh yeah, neither nor. That is negative words. Okay? So if these words are present in the sentence, therefore the sentence is negatively stated and those are negative propositions. Otherwise, for the numbers 1 and 4, this is affirmative. Okay? So yun po. Di ba madali lang? Okay. Anyway, next po is we have here quantitative categories of proposition. Okay? So what is the quantitative categories of propositions? So here, we will discriminate the universal proposition to particular proposition. O paano natin, sir, i-distinguish yung dalawa or i-discriminate? Number 1, we have here the universal proposition. When we say if it's universal, therefore, ano ibig sabihin pag universal? Pangkalahatan, di ba? So we can say that it is a universal charger. Ano pa ba? So yon yung mga universal, di ba? Ibig sabihin pangkalahatan po. So the subject term is taken in full extension. Okay? Ibig sabihin generalized, di ba? So ayan. So example here is all quadrilaterals are polygons. No parallel lines meet at a point. O ibig sabihin wala daw parallel lines. Ibig sabihin lahat ng parallel lines hindi magmi-meet at a point. Ayan, every integer is a real number. Lahat ng quadrilaterals are polygons. Ibig sabihin universal, pangkalahatan. And then we have here particular. When we say particular, ibig sabihin hindi lahat. Kaya sana all. 'Di ba? So the subject term is taken only in a part. Kaya nga part, 'di ba? Particular and extension. Just like this one. Some algebraic expressions are polynomials. Ayan. And then we have here singular preposition. Pero usually, singular preposition are also universal. Kasi, though isa lang yung sinasabi natin, isa lang yung nasa sentence natin, pero it what? It encompasses all of its kind. Let's take for example, a prime number has only 2 factors. Eh, lahat ng prime numbers ganon, di ba? So, yun po. Only the triangle has no diagonal. Speaking of diagonal, yung diagonal po is when we connect 2 non-consecutive vertices or corners. Eh, in the part of triangle, lahat ng ano niya, ng points niya magkakatabi. So wala dong opposite, 'di ba? So puro consecutive lahat. 'Yon. So yun po. Anyway, balik tayo. Singular preposition are also classified as universal preposition. Okay? O ayan po yung pagkakaibahan nila, 'di ba? Ayan po. Ngayon, we will proceed to the mood. Hindi ko nalagay yung title, sorry. Mood of the preposition. O, hindi lang tao yung may mood. Yung preposition. Ngayon po, aralin natin ulit yung mga ginamit natin kaninang category. We have the quantitative and we have the qualitative. So when quality and quantity are combined, the prepositions may be classified based on its mood as follows. Let's take, for example, we have here the sentence. Okay? X is the subject and Y is the predicate. So, ayan po. If it's affirmative, if it's if the preposition is universal affirmative, we will use the letter A. Okay? If it's a universal negative, it is E. If it's particular affirmative, it is I. And if it's particular negative, that is O. Okay? So the letters A, E, I, O can be used to refer the mode of the prepositions wherein the preposition can be universal affirmative, universal negative, particular affirmative, and particular negative respectively. So yan po. Okay? A, E, I, O. A for universal affirmative, E for universal negative, I for particular affirmative, and O for particular negative. So, yun po. Okay? So, ayan. O, kayo na bahala para magkaroon ng mnemonics for this. Okay? So, yan po. Paalalahanin ninyo, ha? Ayan siya. Sige, let's practice. O, recall muna natin. O, wala muna tayong kodigo. Okay. A for universal affirmative. E for universal negative. I for particular affirmative. And O for particular negative. Okay. So, let's try to answer 1 to 5. Okay. How about number 1?
A, sir.
A.
Okay, sure.
Wait lang. Sino yung una nagsalita? Hindi ko napansin. Sino pa yung nauna?
Ako po, sir. Ako po.
Renz. Okay, Renz. Okay.
Universal affirmative, sir.
Okay, that is A. Universal affirmative. Let's see nga. Okay, that's correct. Lahat daw ng forest, o kada kagubatan, so it encompasses all the forest, is a den of snakes. Or kulungan or tirahan ng mga ahas. Ba't nandito ako sa school? Char. Joke ko lang. Okay, anyway. So, let's proceed. So, number 2. Ayan po. How about number 2?
Ay, sir.
Ay po.
Okay, sige, nauna si Kyle. Okay.
I.
So, Kyle, ano siya? Anong mood niya po? Kyle, hello? Hindi ka namin marinig, Kyle. Wala kang sinabi. 99 na lang. Okay. Sige. I. Bakit I? Sige. Ano nga ba yung I? Sige. Ang I. Sige, anyone from the class na lang dahil walang mic si Kyle.
Particular affirmative po.
Particular.
Okay, particular affirmative. Okay, that's correct. Okay. Some, because of the word some, ayan, that means it is particular. Oh, ang mga yung ibang crocodiles daw are found in the city. Oh, minsan nakaupo pa sa gobyerno. Charot. Okay, joke lang. Ayan. So, some crocodiles are found in the city. Number 3, not all lamb is tame. Okay, sige nga. Yes, Jessa.
E po. Universal negative.
Okay, E. So, sabi ni Jessa, E daw. Okay, how about the others? Tama ba yung sinabi ni Jessa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, according
Maybe
to
po.
Noella, yes. Sabi ni Jat maybe daw. How about the others? Sige nga, interpret na natin. Not all lamb is tame. Sorry. So, pag sinabi natin not all, sige, unahin muna natin. Ano yung qualitative category niya? Affirmative or negative? Of course, it is negative.
Negative.
Okay, because of the word not. But what is the quantitative category of the sentence? Yes, Katley. You're opening your mic.
Universal negative, sir.
Okay, universal negative. Kasi sabi niyo because of the word all. Sige nga, i-check na natin. Ang sabi ay not all lamb is tame. So kung hindi siya lahat, ano ibig sabihin?
Some.
Particular po.
Some. Okay, very good. Ibig sabihin siya ay particular, 'di ba? Kasi not all. Kung hindi all, sana all. I mean, kung hindi siya lahat, ibig sabihin may iilan lang, 'di ba? Hindi lahat ng tupa ay tame. Ano ba yung tame? Anyway, sige. 'Yon. So not all lamb is tame. So 'yun po. Maaring yung iba, 'di ba? So ibig sabihin particular lang siya. So our answer in number 4 is what? Is ano na yung mood? Particular, negative, so that would be what? Oh, very good. Preposition. Okay, so this is A, di ba? Yung number 1. Number 2 is I. Number 3 is O. Okay. How about number 4?
O, sir.
Okay.
sir.
This is O. Particular, negative. Because of the word never. Ito yung not, di ba? Okay, how about number 5? No one is excused with the law.
Po.
E.
Yan. No.
Universal
E,
negative.
sir. E.
Okay, this is E. Why E? Because no one is excused with the law. That means na lahat tayo ay, ay hindi excused sa law. Kasi law nga siya. Okay? So that would be E. Universal negative. Okay? So yun po. So now, in this activity, so let's do this. Sorry, wait lang. So let's do this. All you have to do is to change the mood. Ayan, to complete the table by changing the mood of the sentence. So, paano ito gagawin? Sige, sagutan natin yung number 1. Ayan. All squares are similar. Siya ay universal affirmative. So, gagawin natin siyang A siya, so universal affirmative. Gagawin natin siyang universal negative. So, paano natin siyang gagawin? Magiging ano siya? No squares
All
Are not.
squared.
squares are similar. Or pwede rin, katulad ng sinabi kanina, sino yung nagsabi? Sorry, hindi ko napansin. Okay, similar. Pwede din siyang, all squares are not similar. Ayan, sabi ni Viva. So yun, i-change natin yung mood ng sentence. Okay? Next is I preposition. Magiging ano siya? Some squares are similar. Yan, di ba? How about O preposition magiging? Yun na yung not all. Paborito. Not all squares are similar. O pwede ring, ano, some squares are not similar. Yan po. Yun po. So, yan yung gagawin natin if we are about to change the mood of the sentence. I may question, Carl, yes?
Ay, sir, yung all square are not similar, sir. Pwede rin po ba siya gawing ano po? Yung sa O, sir.
Sa O? Ah, okay.
Because of the not word.
Hindi, kasi siya, O, naging O yung dito kasi yung not dito, ano, Carl, is yung all. Not all. Ibig sabihin some yon. Dito kasi all squares are not similar. Sinasabi natin na yung mga squares ay hindi similar. So lahat ng squares ay hindi similar. So universal pa rin siya. Sa O kasi particular negative siya. So not all is particular. Kasi kung hindi lahat, ibig sabihin may ilan doon sa mga squares na yan ang similar. Okay? Nakakuha niyo ba yung point?
Apo, thank you.
Yung sinasabi dito sa E, hindi similar yung mga squares, yung lahat ng squares. Sa O naman, hindi lahat ng squares ay similar. Di ba? Magkaiba siya. Yun po. So, ayun. Ngayon po, ayan, since this is just a practice drill, okay nang bahala magtuloy sa sa number 2 and number 3. Anyway, at the end of this module, there are answer keys for you to be guided with the correct answer. Okay? So, yun po. That's all for the proposition. Now, we will proceed now to the syllogism. And ayan, as a first-timer learning this topic, ay tama siya, mahirap po talaga ito siya. Pero sige, let's try to make it easier for you to understand. Okay? So to give you background, what is a syllogism? A syllogism are the cornerstone of mathematical logic. It deals with hypothetical or compound propositions. So how do we define a compound proposition? Kanina, ang mga pinagdaanan natin is a simple proposition. Ngayon po, we will deal on the compound proposition. So compound proposition is a proposition combining two or more simple propositions using logical operations and connectors. So here, we will talk about compound sentences. And I know you already learned that in your junior high school English. Okay? O, napag-aralan nyo na rin yung clauses, di ba? O, yung clauses. Yan. Dito po, sa isang proposition, it should contain two clauses. Okay? So, yun po siya. Ayun. So, sir, sige, to give you an intermission number. Wow, intermission number. So, ayan, to give you some hint, ibig sabihin, sir, we will not do math anymore in logic. Yes po, di na kayo masyadong magmamath ngayon because it will deals about logical reasoning and English. Yeah, because you will about to create sentences. Okay? Based on the symbols. Naging math lang siya kasi may mga symbols dito. Okay? So, ayan po. If we are about to consider two clauses or two sentences or two propositions, let's use P proposition and Q proposition. Symbol lang to siya, class, para mapakita natin. Gawin nating variable yung P and Q proposition as a proposition. Okay? Pwede ibang letter kung ayaw nyo ng P and Q. Pero anyway, sige, mamaya, yan, meron tayo. Okay? So, yan. Consider relating proposition P to another proposition Q to form a new proposition. Okay, so we have here operations. Ito pong yan, yung binilugan ko are operations on proposition. Okay, we have the conjunction, disjunction, implication, equivalence, and negation. So ayan po. And ito yung mga symbol niya. This is for conjunction. Ay, sorry. Mali. Okay. So this is for conjunction, yung inverted V, or they say this is the capital letter for lambda, tama ba? For lambda or wedge. Ayan. Bahala kayo kung anong tawag nyo dyan. Basta ang basa dyan ay and. Ayan. Okay, we have here the V. Basa po dyan ay or. That is for disjunction. For the right arrow, we have here, it is read actually as implies. Okay, mamaya na yung if then. Okay, implies mo na yung basa dyan. And the operation is implication. So we have here the left-right arrow. It is read as if and only if or equivalent to. Is equivalent to, that is equivalence. And of course, we have here the tilde. Ayan, tilde po yan siya. Or sabi nila the curved dash daw. Curved dash daw siya na curve kasi. So it is read as not. Ayan. And it is the symbol for negation. Okay? So yan po. Paano siya ginagamit? Okay, number 1, conjunction. Conjunction po, ayan, of the preposition PQ is denoted by P and Q. Ayan, it is read as P and Q. Ito yung symbol. Let's take for example. Kapag meron tayong preposition P that says, the moon is bright, ayan, and number Q, Annie is sleeping, okay, therefore, kapag ginoin natin yung dalawang preposition using conjunction or the symbol and, yung ganyan po, it is now become the moon is bright and Annie is sleeping. Nakuha po? O ano nangyari? Nag-merge yung dalawang preposition and ang connector na ginamit is and. Ayan. Okay. Pwede na nating baliktarin. Paano siya kapag binigay po is, kunwari dito na sa taas, Q and P. Ibig sabihin ng class, kailangan natin unahin yung Q preposition. Which is, ano yung Q preposition? Annie is sleeping. Okay, so Annie is sleeping. And the moon is bright. Yan po. Dapat, ayan, kung ano yung maunang preposition, yun yung uunahin. O may note tayo dito. Note that if the sentence are contrasting, it means that the first preposition is negative and the second one is affirmative. We use the word but. Okay? O sige, to give you that example, wait lang. O sige, example tayo ha. O kunwari, ang P natin is, okay, ang P natin kunwari is, ano ba? It is hot today. Ayan. Tapos yung Q natin kunwari is, it is raining. So, kapag pinag-merge natin yung dalawang sentences, di ba parang contrasting sila, tama? So, kapag ganyan po, kapag binigay kunwari is, kunwari, Q, ano ba? Q, ay, saan na ba yun? Ayan. Q and P, pwede natin siyang isulat as, it is raining, but it is hot today. Yan po siya. Ganyan po siya. Okay. So, yan po. Nakuha po?
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Don't worry, marami-rami pa to. Marami-rami. Okay. So, yan po. Ay, sorry. Balik tayo. Number 2 tayo ha. Yan po yung conjunction. Conjunction pa lang yon. Number 2, we have disjunction. Okay, sa disjunction naman po, we use the word or as the connector. Iko-connect natin yung dalawang sentences. Kanina, di ba, we use and or but. Sa number 2, we will use or. Okay, for example, we will be using the same prepositions again. P for the moon is bright and Q for Annie is sleeping. If we are about to merge the prepositions using disjunction, so ibig sabihin we will use the V symbol or the or symbol. So magiging P or Q siya. Let's express P or Q. Yan, express the P or Q. So P or Q, magiging ano siya? The moon is bright or Annie is sleeping. Yan po siya. Okay. So kunwari, Q ano siya? Q or P. So anong mangyayari sa sentence? Magiging Annie is sleeping or the moon is bright. Do not forget to put the the period at the end of the sentence because this is a preposition, ha? Ayan. It is a sentence. Okay. So nakuha po si number 2. Hello? Nakuha po yung number 2.
Yes po, sir.
Sige, number 3 na tayo ha. Itong number 3 kasi number 4 medyo mahirap-hirap ng konti. Okay. Number 3, conditional or implication. Tinawag siyang conditional kasi nga parang nagbibigay siya ng kondisyon na dapat daw mag-exist itong nauna bago mangyayari yung pangalawa. Okay? Kaya nga tinawag din siyang implication kasi parang siyang cause or effect. Okay? Usually, if we use the implication, we have implies. Implication, di ba? So, we will use the words if and then. Okay? Sige, let's check the example. Kapag P, the moon is bright, Q, Annie is sleeping. If we have P implies Q here, therefore the sentence becomes yan. If the moon is bright, then Annie is sleeping. Nakuha niyo yung ano niya, yung naging condition niya. Kapag P raw becomes Q. P implies Q. If the moon is bright, then Annie is sleeping. Or pwede ring the moon is bright implies that yan. Annie is sleeping. O di ba? Parang naging condition pa yung buwan para matulog si Annie. Diba? Or pwede rin baliktad. O Q muna bago P. So Q implies P, magiging if Annie is sleeping, then the moon is bright. Wow, social naman ni Annie. Nakabase sa kanya yung buwan. Pag tulog siya, dapat bright yung moon. Mga ganon. Diba? Anyway, so yun po yung gustong sabihin ni implication. Okay? Yan po. O, nakuha po yung number 3. Sige, kada item magtanong ako ha. O, nakuha po yung number 3.
Yes po.
Okay. Yan po siya. Number 4, biconditional or equivalence. Tinawag siyang biconditional kasi kung mag-i-exist yung isa, dapat mag-i-exist din agad yung isa. Kumbaga kailangan nila mag-appear at both cases. Okay? Si number 3, cause and effect. Yun po. Ayan, sorry. Sorry ha. Okay. So, si number 4 po, it is equivalence. Kaya if and only if ang ginagamit dito. Okay? Pwede ring, pwede ring IFF instead of left and right arrow. Pero I suggest na ito na lang para uniform. Okay? So, example, the moon is bright, Annie is sleeping. Same example pa rin. If we are about to express the P, if and only if Q, magiging siya? The moon is bright if and only if Annie is sleeping. Ayan po siya. Okay? Ayan. So, yun lang siya. O pwede rin Q implies P. Pareho lang naman yun eh. Annie is sleeping if and only if the moon is bright. Okay? So yun po. And lastly, we have negation. The negation of proposition P is denoted by not P. Ito, not P ang basa dyan. It is always opposite of the statement. O kapag meron tayong the same examples, if we, dito class sa negation, ina-apply lang siya sa isang proposition. Okay? Ayan po. Perform the negation of P and Q. So, ayan po. Not P, ibig sabihin, kapag not P, yung P is hindi siya yon, so the moon is not bright. Okay? Or number Q, Annie is sleeping, ibig sabihin, Annie is not sleeping. Okay? Usually, class, hindi natin dito pinapalitan yung subject. Instead, kung ano yung predicate natin. Usually, yun yung pinapalitan eh. Okay po? Kasi mag-iiba na yung thought pag iniba natin yung tao. Ngayon po, ayan. Pwede nating i-apply yung negation sa buong compound proposition. So, let's take for example, kunin natin yung kunin natin yung P if and only if Q. O anong operation na nga ito? Equivalence, di ba? So, kung papansinin niyo yung P if and only Q, if and only Q, ito yon. The moon is bright if and only if Annie is sleeping. Pero in-enclose natin siya sa parentheses, sa buong parentheses. And nilagyan natin siya ng negation. Ibig sabihin yung buong sentence ay what? Ay hindi or nagbaliktad. Diba? Na-negate natin siya. Not siya. Okay? So magiging ano siya? It is not the case that the moon is bright if and only if Annie is sleeping. O pwede rin natin kunin sa implication. Q implies P. Pag Q implies P, the moon is bright, then Annie is sleeping. O, and enclose ulit sa negation symbol, not na siya. So magiging, it is not true that the moon is bright, then Annie is sleeping. So ibig sabihin kapag, ayan, the whole compound proposition is negated, we use the phrase, it is not true that, or it is not the case that, at the beginning of every proposition. Or at the beginning of the compound proposition. Okay? So yan po. Pwede pala sir i-negate yung buong proposition. O, tama po yon. Okay? So sige. O, ayan to po na siya. Ito yung other examples natin. I have 10 examples here. O, let P, Q, and R be the following propositions. O, pwede magkaroon ng tatlong proposition. Pero in your learning activity, dalawa lang ibibigay ko para hindi kayo malito. Okay? So yan. PQR. Ayan. Mariel is studying hard for P. For Q, Patrick is playing basketball. And for R, Lawrence has a practice of cheer dance. O, check natin. O, sige, ayan po siya. P implies Q. P if and only if Q. Mariel is studying hard if and only if Patrick is playing basketball. Wag niyo muna class i-check dito yung logical reasoning ha. Ang ina-apply lang natin dito is yung symbolisms muna. And how do we combine or apply operations on logic? Okay? So, ayan po. So, P or Q or R. O, ayan. Mariel is studying hard or Patrick is playing basketball or Lawrence has a practice of cheer dance. P implies Q. O, implication. If Mariel is studying hard, then Patrick is playing basketball. Q and R. Patrick is playing basketball and Lawrence has a practice of cheer dance. Not R. Mariel is not studying hard. O, ito na. Compound na to. Ito yung medyo complex na. P implies R or Q. If Mariel is studying hard, then Lawrence has a practice of cheer dance or Patrick is playing basketball. O, ito, 7. P and Q or R. Mariel is studying hard and Patrick is playing basketball or Lawrence has a practice of cheer dance. Okay? Number 8, ito. Q and R implies not P. If Patrick is playing basketball and Lawrence has a practice for cheer dance, therefore or then Mariel is not studying hard. Wala naman connection yun, di ba? Pero anyway, ayan. Next, Q or not Q or R. Patrick is not playing basketball or Lawrence has a practice for cheer dance. O, ito na, number 10. Not P and Q implies not P. It is not the case that if Marielle is studying hard and Patrick is playing basketball, then Marielle is not studying hard. Ayan siya. Okay. So we have here, let's practice. Ayan, for activity number 5, we all need to write the sentence in symbolic form using, ito, yung naka-box. O, using this one. May ano kayo dyan, may guide. So P, probably it will rain. Q, the sky is cloudy. Okay? So ayan po. Let's answer number, ano ba? Ano gusto niyo? Number 2 and number 5. Sige. It is not the case that the sky is cloudy if and only if probably it will rain. So, kunin niyo muna yung mismong sentence o tanggalin niyo muna it is not the case. O pag may ganyan, ibig sabihin i-enclose natin yung sentence sa parenthesis. Okay? Underline ko na lang ng red. O hiwalay muna natin. Okay, kunin niyo muna yung preposition. Okay? O ayan. So we have here, the sky is cloudy. Anong letter yon? Or anong preposition yon? Q, di ba? And then, if and only if. Anong symbol? If and only if. Anong operation?
Equivalence, sir.
Equivalence. So ano yung symbol for equivalence? Yung left and right arrow, di ba? So ganyan. Okay, probably it will rain. O P. And then, it is not the case nga, sir. So, ibig sabihin, in-negate natin yung buong proposition. So, not Q if and only if P. So, that is how we write number 2 proposition. Okay? Next. Let's have number 5. Sige, number 5. Ito kasi medyo mahirap-hirap eh. It is not true that, underline natin ng red, and then i-check natin yung mga sentence na natira. Okay. The sky is cloudy, and probably it will not rain. Isa-isay natin. The sky is cloudy, tapos sunod daw, and, ganyang symbol. Probably it will not rain. O, ayan, may not. Probably it will rain lang. So, ibig sabihin, not P. Tama? Ayan. So then, the sky, enclose natin sa parenthesis, then the sky is not cloudy. If then yun, so that is implication. Ganyan siya. Okay? So then the sky is not cloudy. So the sky is not cloudy, that would be not Q. Okay, pero sir, meron pa tayong it is not true that sa unahan. So lalagyan lang natin ng ganyan, ng not symbol. Okay, class, we have 2 cases. Pwedeng ilagay nyo lang since may parenthesis niya or pwedeng doblehin nyo yung parenthesis. Okay? You heard it right? Pwedeng puro parenthesis na lang. O, kung gusto nyo gamitin ng bracket or ng brace, okay lang. Pero I use parenthesis lang. Okay na ako sa parenthesis. So this is the symbol for number 5. Okay? Ito actually, class, yung mahirap sa sa logic kapag magsisymbolism na tayo or magsisymbolize na tayo ng ng, ang tawag dito? Ng sentence or ng proposition. Okay. So, yun po. So, for activity number 6, okay, madali lang to sa inyo. Write each symbolism in ordinary English sentences. Kasi usually, ito yung example natin doon sa taas. Okay. Sige, gawin ko na lang yung number 5 and 6. Sige. O, number 5 muna tayo. Ayan. So, na-enclose sa parenthesis yung P or Q. Yun muna yung uunahin natin. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yan? Sige, sulat ko na lang. Number 5. Ay, sorry. Wait lang ha. Okay, number 5. Ayan. So, Kung papansinin niyo class, ano yung general muna ng operation na ginamit? Ito yon. That is implication. So, ibig sabihin if ang start ng sentence. Kasi if then. And then, ano yung hypothesis? Ano yung sentence na nauna? P, not P or Q. Ibig sabihin, express natin yung not P or Q. So, ibig sabihin, after ng if, since it is an implication, and then, compound na yung hypothesis niya or the first letter, di ba? Instead na isa lang, dalawa agad. May operation agad. So, pwede yon. Okay, magiging ano siya? Magiging Sir Cash is not a math teacher. Kasi di ba not P? Tapos or Sir Cash is a UP student. Ayan, natapos na natin yung parenthesis. Therefore, doon na tayo sa effect niya, sa consequent niya or the conclusion niya. So, ibig sabihin, then, Sir Cash is a UP student. Ayan po siya. Period. Okay? So, ganyan po natin siya ginawa. If Sir Cash is not a math teacher or Sir Cash is a UP student, then Sir Cash is a UP student. So, ganyan po yung sentence for number 5. Ngayon po, class, as you can see in sentences, meron tayong tinatawag na redundancy. Or redundance, tama ba? Okay. Ilang beses inulit yung Sir Cash? 3. Ibig sabihin yan, class, pwede nating i-paraphrase yung sentence wherein na hindi na siya redundant masyado. So, pwedeng, if Sir Cash is not a math teacher, or pwedeng a UP student na lang, or a UP student, then, pwede natin tanggalin yung Sir Cash at palitan siya ng pronoun. Pwedeng he na lang. Okay? Then, he is a UP student. Instead of writing Sir Cash again and again. Okay? So, if Sir Cash is not a math teacher or a UP student, then he is a UP student. That is for number 5. Sige, question. Baka may question kayo for number 5. Before we proceed for number 6. Meron po?
Wala po.
Answer.
Sige, proceed muna tayo sa number 6 ha. Okay. So ito naman, may not agad. Tapos in-enclose yung buong compound proposition sa parenthesis. Ibig sabihin, ang ating proposition, ang ating bagong proposition would starts with it is not true or it is not the case. O, pili lang kayo saan doon. O, pwede it is not true na lang kasi maikli. O, okay lang. Or para hindi redundant masyado, pwedeng it is not the case yung gamitin nyo. Okay? It is not true that, ano yung P, if and only if Q, that Sir Cash is a math teacher if and only if Sir Cash is a UP student. So, yan po yung number 6. It is not true that Sir Cash, or sorry, that Sir Cash is a math teacher if and only if Sir Cash is a UP student. O, again, redundant na naman. Pwedeng tanggalin si Sir Cash sa second part and palitan ng he. Okay? Yan. And he is a UP student. So, pwede rin, it is not true that Sir Cash is a math teacher if and only if he is a UP student. So, yan po. So, yan. Ganun po tayo magsulat ng symbol and ng sentence. Okay, so don't worry, we have answer keys here if you want to practice yourselves. Ayan. So, ayun po. And sige, let's proceed. Do you have any questions?
Answer.
Okay, sige. How about the other members of the class?
Also answer.
Po? None din. Okay. So, sige. Since you don't have any questions, sige. Check natin yung learning activity sheet number 10 yung sasagutan ninyo. Nakikita nyo ba sa screen? Naka-present ba ako? Nakikita nyo po
Yes
yung masasagutan? Okay.
Opo.
Actually, I uploaded already this activity in your Google Classroom last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So your learning activity sheet comprises of 4 items or 4 parts, sorry. So for items 1 and 2 or for parts 1 and 2, we have 5 items each, okay? So for part 1, determine if each statement is a proposition or not. You write proposition if it's proposition, and you write not proposition if it's not a proposition. Okay? Wag na mag-shortcut. Sige, okay lang. Para fair sa iba. Number 2. This is 1 point each for part 1. For part 2, still 1 point each for each item. So, determine whether each statement is an A, E, I, or O proposition. O, ito, na-practice natin to kanina. Yun po. For part 3 and part 4, these are 2 points each. Okay? So all you have to do in number 3 first is to what? To write each statement in symbolic form using the propositions below. So P stands for he is tall and Q for he is handsome. And for part 4, write each symbolism naman in ordinary English sentences using the propositions below. So we have she is intelligent for P and she is beautiful for Q. Now, this is also 2 points. So in total, we have 30 points for class number 10. Okay? So yun po. So class, since we are writing an English sentences, please write legibly. I don't care if your write is horrible and ridiculous, nakakatawa talaga. Wala akong pakialam kung gaano kapangit yung sulat ninyo. Basta you write it cleanly, organizedly, and legibly. Malinis at nababasa. Okay? Wala akong pakialam kung gaano yung kapangit yung sulat ninyo, basta malinis at nababasa. Okay? So yun po.